Hello and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Emmy Fink. This show is all about introducing you to important and interesting people in our community and wonderful events that are going on, just like a play that the Strollers Theater is putting on over the next couple of weeks. Allow me to introduce Susan Curry and Kelly Fitzgerald from from Strollers Theater. Tell me a little bit about Strollers Theater.
Strollers has been around for a little over 50 years. It gets its name from, originally, we would stroll from theater to theater, and in fact, the company would do the same play in multiple venues throughout Madison.
Sure.
And we do about 4 to 5 plays a year, and we try to mix up what kinds of plays. We try to have one classical, at least one modern play, and try to have a lot of different opportunities for many different styles of theater.
Absolutely.
And all the actors in Madison.
Getting all of those audiences out in one place.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your play coming up, The Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo.
Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo is an award-winning Broadway play written by Rajiv Joseph. It is set in Baghdad, Iraq during Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003. And the play opens with 2 American soldiers guarding a Bengal tiger at the Baghdad Zoo. And when the tiger is shot and killed, through his narration, we have this philosophical exploration of life and death and what our purpose is in life. And
neat. So the tiger actually continues to be the narrator throughout.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Interesting. Now I know this this play is done somewhat in Arabic as well. How were you able to deal with that language?
I worked with Allie Merkin from Wesley, the Wisconsin English as a Second Language Institute,
Mm-hmm.
and she found us a coach who, most of the actors in the play, I'd say the majority of the actors in the play are speaking Arabic at one point or another, and only one of them is actually a native Arabic speaker.
Okay.
So,
A lot
and
of
in fact, he
preparation.
mostly speaks English in the play. So, yeah, there was a lot of preparation, and Nasser Amalhoud was our instructor with them, and he coached them every week.
Wow, how interesting that'll be to see. Now, I know this play also deals with a lot of different themes: war, religion, afterlife, murder, and greed. All very heavy topics. How was that in regards to working with the actors, but then kind of bringing that into the audience?
it was an interesting experience. Rajiv Joseph, in his play, doesn't pull any punches, so to speak, in dealing with those topics. It's all right out there. It's dealt with very directly. It's all sort of in-your-face kind of thing. So I think that the actors really had a great time. You know, it's sort of the meaty stuff of acting, and so I think they had a really great time exploring those themes and finding out how to touch those things personally and in the context of their characters.
So who is this play really for? Because you hear a tiger at a zoo and you think, oh, we'll bring the whole family to this. Now,
let's not bring the whole family to this one.
Mom, dads, keep them at home.
Keep the kids at home. Yeah, this is definitely an 18 and above play. If you have an advanced high school student, maybe. But it is a very violent play. There's a lot of language that is maybe harder to explain.
Okay.
And because we do have the Arabic and English intermingling, we do have, by the way, have a character in the play who is an interpreter.
Okay.
I wanted to say that sometimes the audience has to be patient and listen for the interpretation. Sometimes children are not
As patient.
equipped
Yes.
for that.
No, that's important.
So it's an 18 and above kind of a play.
Excellent. Thank you for clarifying. Let's talk about where this is at as far as being in the EVU stage at the Bartel. A great smaller theater, a lot of character, but that's a lot of production to bring into a space like that.
Well, the play is usually done in proscenium. It's usually done in larger theaters with a lot of changing scenery. And what we've done is we've put the stage into 3 separate compartments that blend together. And the characters walk through those three worlds. And it's a more intimate, immersive experience for the audience. The audience really feels as if they're involved in the play.
Excellent. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I know you can go to Strollers Theater to get the tickets, and this is playing through February 22nd. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Susan and Kelly, thank you for being here. More Talk of the Town is coming up right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Real estate is in the news all over the place, and it's no different right here on Talk of the Town. Our next guest is Heidi Noble with Restaino and Associates. So it's true the market is picking up, correct?
It is. And a big reason for that is, well, they're going to be calling this the year of the return buyer. And the homeowners now that have been in the houses and wanting to move because the house is too big or too small now have enough equity where for many families, we're at the 2006 prices, which were at the top of the boom year in real estate. So a lot of those people are wanting to get out there and buy a new home, and also all the people that have been renting a long time and it's not a fit for their family.
Right.
They also want to get out there.
Finally that year to make the plunge and buy something. So what advice do you have for people, especially those first-time home buyers who are like, okay, I want to do this right, I want to get in the right house. What advice do you have?
Well, get out there now, because everyone's talking as if the interest rates are going to go up a point, and that's a lot of money. It might be $200 every mortgage payment, depending on how much you spend on the house. So get out there, find yourself a good buyer agent, find somebody with a good reputation in the community that knows the market and that you feel comfortable with. And that's the main thing. And then ask that realtor, who's a good mortgage lender to get? And get somebody that you can feel comfortable with again, so they'll explain things in a way that's really helpful for you.
Sure. I mean, setting all of those things and making sure those important things are all in place is going to make the whole process just a lot more seamless, I would imagine. I'm sure you've seen some things go horribly wrong with people that, you know, don't do their homework on the front end and then end up with somebody who's not as reputable as they said they were.
The best thing to do is just sit down with that realtor so that they can find out exactly what you need. You can find out if it's a match, if you're comfortable with them. And I give them a lot of new apps to put into their phones so that they can research real estate real easily and figure out mortgage payments. And also I just try to be really on top of the market. I'm in the biggest real estate office in Dane County, and I've got a very large database, so I hear about homes a lot of times before they even come on the market.
Well, there you go. That's key to finding the right house. I know Restaino and Associates offer a lot of different services than maybe some other realtors do not, and that's really key to finding the right house. What are some of those different services that you guys offer?
Well, this is more on the end with when we list homes. Services for the seller are that we'll have a professional video taken, and we do that with all of our homes.
Okay.
We have professional photos done. We have an expansive representation on the internet, and we use the video and the really great pictures. Most of the homes are staged, making sure that all the descriptions really match the house. Sometimes I'll see someone featuring a wood-burning fireplace or a wood-burning stove because they really love their wood-burning stove. But if nobody is looking for that, that's not something you want to point out. Sometimes it's a negative.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, have we shifted from a buyer's to a seller's market?
Well, the important thing here is the national news all says we're in a seller's market. We're low on inventory, and it's true. There are a lot more buyers than there are sellers.
Okay.
But real estate is local. You always have to double check any information you get nationally with your local real estate market or with your realtor. And I think the big thing is if you know, there are plenty of homes out there that have been on the market since last fall. They're on days or months or whatever. And, you know, they need to take a look at some things that they aren't doing right. Maybe sometimes it's something as simple as the location code is put in the system wrong, and then their house is virtually invisible to the buyers and sellers that want to buy that kind of house.
Okay, so just checking those little details. Now, I've heard that not all homes are selling quickly for a good price. Now, why is that?
Well, again, it gets back to maybe the buyers aren't finding it because there's some mistake. Maybe the presentation isn't right. I still see awful pictures or no pictures on the system.
And that's got to be huge. You want to see something visible that's going to attach you to that house.
Exactly. It costs those sellers a lot of money not to have their house staged and have it looking the very best it can.
Just some last minute advice, some important services that that you offer. I know you kind of touched on those, but just advice for people who are just starting this journey.
Oh, well, it should be fun and it should be exciting, and even though the inventory isn't what it was last year, it's still very good. There's wonderful properties to buy. You can get a great value. Do your work. And in Madison, I don't think I need to tell people that. Our buyers are very savvy. They're well educated and they know the market. They get out there, they look at the homes, they listen to good advice, and they make great decisions.
I like that. Thank you so much for being here, Heidi. That's good advice. Have fun with it. It should be exciting. You're buying a new home. Thank you for being here. We have more Talk of the Town coming up right after this break. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We all love a nice white smile, and of course for our kids that's even more so important. Joining us now is Eric Tiedites of Children's Dental Center of Madison.
Yes.
So first of all, I'd love to know how pediatric dentistry differs from general dentistry.
Pediatric dentistry is equivalent to a pediatrician, the medical model that when you're going to the doctor, kids go to pediatricians. That's what pediatric dentistry is like that. We've got the offices geared to kids and make it a friendly area for the kids.
Well, and I would imagine when it comes to getting kids to brush their teeth and starting to floss, you really have to make it fun.
Right, you have to make it fun, and you want to try to also make them understand things that they should try to do to help prevent decay and keep moving forward on their positive oral health.
Yeah, absolutely. So when they walk into the office, I imagine it's a pretty fun environment.
Right, we design all their offices as themes for kids to make it comfortable for the kids and for the parents to be there.
Okay. So let's start right from the beginning. When should parents decide to start bringing their child to see a dentist? At what age?
Well, as pediatric dentists, we like to see the kids young, like between 1 and 2. Some people even say before 1. We'll see them as early as that. And it's a real easy exam. The kids just sit on the mom's lap, put their heads on our lap. We do it knee to knee, and just show the parents how to brush and give them simple rules how to prevent decay, prevent the problems going forward so they don't have the decay. When they're 3 and 4, sometimes they've already got the problems. We want to try to help prevent that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so do you kind of have to use a scare tactic in a way to show them some pictures of some teeth that have been decayed?
No, we have what we do at our office. We've put together what's called 4 simple rules.
Okay.
And this is how we try to promote prevention with kids. And 4 simple rules, I have 5 kids, and getting the kids to bed is the most stressful part as a parent when the kids were young. And what we try to do is 4 simple rules is based on milk and juice only with meals, in between meals only water, and help the kids with the brush and floss until they're 8 or 9 because they just can't do it themselves.
Okay.
And the other thing we talk about for the kids is try to prevent the passing our bacteria on to them. Okay, because dental cavities are a disease process. I mean, there's bacteria involved, and so we try to prevent that. Give it colonization or giving them our bacteria. So we try to encourage parents not to, share spoons or, parent you'll see you'll drop a pacifier in the store and they'll lick the pacifier, give the kid the pacifier kind of thing, and that kind of stuff. Just prevent that. That's hard to do. I mean, that's just really hard to do when you're in a family situation, but just do the best you can with that.
Well, it's good to keep in mind for sure. Now, one of the things you brought up is very interesting. So when you see these kids at that young age and they're building those healthy habits, that leads to a healthy adult mouth. I mean, just hands down.
Simple. Keep it simple. I mean, that's why we can prevent it earlier. A lot of people think that they can put their kid to bed with a bottle of milk or juice because it's natural, and that seems easy and fine, but that can be a real problem because it does contain a lot of sugar. It's not the amount of sugar from a dental standpoint that's the problem. It's the number of times they have it throughout the day.
Okay. Good to know. Now talk about the amount of dentists you guys have, and you guys have a few different offices here in Madison too.
Yeah, we do. We have 3 different locations on the east side, on the west side of Madison, and also on the south side. in Fitchburg, just off Fish Hatchery Road. That's the office. I'm there with my with my other partner. It's 2 of us there, and we have 3 dentists: Dr. Tim Kinzel and Dan DeJarlea on the west side, with Dr. Amy Kramer there, and then we have Dr. Tony Hernandez that's on the east side, and myself and Dr. Dowd are on the south side.
Okay. I know some adults that to this day do not like going to the dentist, and I don't get why. It's something I really enjoy. I would go every month if I could. But what is the experience when you see kids? I mean, are they excited to be there? If you're making it fun,
well, you do.
It's a fun place.
You try to make it fun, but of course there's always tough things. Sometimes you have to do stuff that's tough, and you just try to make them as comfortable in those situations as you can. But for most kids, it's a lot of fun. I mean, they want to get their prize. They want to get, do that. They can watch TV while we're cleaning their teeth or doing whatever. We have TVs above them to kind of, we call that sometimes when we're doing fillings or anything that we have to do like that, I call it TV sedation. They're just zoning out. And it's the funniest thing when I'm sometimes working on each child and I'm in there and I'm doing stuff that's pretty, that we would consider as tough, but the kid's sitting there saying, hey, I can't see, your head's in the way. I love it. It makes my day to have the kids. They're just like, oh, my head's in the way. I'm like, cool, that's great that they made it that easy for them.
Yeah, exactly. Last question, just some last minute advice for parents. Maybe it's just some secrets. If you're a dad of 5, you've been through the struggles. What can parents do to
do the best they can? People come in with questions about pacifiers and thumb habits and things like that, and we just try to give them advice on how to prevent that, or just sometimes relax. And I know I need to do that as a parent a lot. You could ask my kids; I should do it a lot more.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Great advice. More Talk of the Town is coming up right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We're continuing our conversation about having a healthy mouth. I would like to introduce Dr. Megan Steiner with Oak Park Dental. Now, you guys have some exciting news because there's a new office coming in the near future for you guys.
There is very new future. Mid-April, we're going to be opening a brand new office. And we're super excited about it.
Now, tell us how this differs from the location. You guys are currently on Mineral Point Road.
That's right.
And where will you guys be?
We will be just a mile west, further down on Mineral Point Road still. It's going to be a little bit more space for us and mostly just more convenient and comfortable for our patients.
Excellent. Now, when it comes to finding the right dentist, everyone says, well, anybody can clean your teeth. So, and yes, that's true, but it really comes down with customer service and how much time you guys take care of your patients and really make for your patients. And that's one thing that you and Dr. Jarina really focus on, is just giving that time to each patient and letting them know, hey, you're important to me.
That's totally true. We really try to treat the person and not just the mouth. We think it's very important to find out what makes that person tick. Everyone's had different dental experiences, different backgrounds, and is passionate about different things. And so we really try to get to know the person that way before we even start to look at anything dental related.
Well, and part of that underlying topic really is from all the work you guys do in the community. I mean, we're constantly seeing you guys out and about and kind of really spreading the word of who you guys are and what you guys are doing. And why is that so important to you?
It's really important to us because our relationship with our patients doesn't end at the end of their appointment. We really try to find organizations in the community that our team and our patients are passionate about and put extra time and effort into those areas. Just a couple of days ago, we had our whole team down at the Ronald McDonald House cooking dinner for the patients and their families there, and it really helps to build our team camaraderie on top of helping the community.
Absolutely, that's great to hear. Now, like all industries, it really seems like the dental industry has had a lot of changes over the last, say, 15 to 20 years. How are you guys, especially in your office, embracing those changes?
Sure, a lot of it is the office is going digital impressions, x-rays, no more paper charts. One convenience that we've had since 2008 in our practice and are fully committed to is the CEREC same-day crown technology. And it's really about convenience for our patients. We know that patients have busy lives and there's busy moms, and people just don't have time for messy impressions or temporaries falling off. So the same-day crown is able to give that person the permanent crown the same day they come in for their treatment.
Well, that's always a good thing. People want things now. They don't want to wait for them. We're a very impatient society. In addition to just getting your teeth cleaned, just touch on some of the things that people can have done. I mean, nowadays there's Invisalign. There's so many more up-to-date options if you're looking to, straighten or whiten. Just there's no reason not to have a great looking smile.
That's right. Well, our office at Oak Park Dental, we practice comprehensive dentistry, so it's really important to us to make our patients comfortable, but then keep them comfortable. So we offer everything from preventative cleanings to cosmetic dentistry, from sleep apnea treatment to TMJ treatment, and everything in between, root canals, what have you. So that's very important to us.
Can you talk about how your mouth health can affect other areas in your body? You see those commercials if you don't floss, and it can lead to all of this, that, and the other thing. Just touch on some of those things.
Yeah, I think that's a really important fact, because a lot of people thought for many years that dentists were tooth doctors or tooth technicians, and we've committed a lot of extra training and hours into making that connection between your oral health and your overall health. Everyone at our team has put in time both in Texas and in Nashville learning about the microbiology behind the bugs that live in your mouth and how those actually get into your body and affect your overall health.
And all it takes is to hear bugs getting into your mouth, and you just want to go floss and brush and mouth rinse right there. What advice do you have for people who say, you know what, I am so fearful of going to the dentist. I'm thinking that it's going to hurt or that I'm going to be uncomfortable. It seems like those tactics kind of lead in from a childhood into adulthood, and then they never go away. What advice do you have?
That's so true. Well, first of all, just being at our office and building that relationship and rapport with the patients first, I think really helps to make patients comfortable from the get-go. If that's still not cutting it, we offer nitrous oxide for a little bit of, to take the edge off a little bit, but we also do full sedation dentistry. So it's oral sedation. Patients, are completely conscious, but they are comfortable most of the time sleeping, and we've had many successful cases with that.
Many successful cases. You hear that? No reason to be fearful anymore. Just tell us where people can find you on the web.
Sure, we're at oakparkdentalmadison.com, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter.
Thank you so much for being here, Oak Park Dental. They're wonderful people, and more Talk of the Town is coming up next week. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.